How to take the high road when someone else decides to take the low road. Hey guys, it's me, Gina Sue, your life coach for go-getters. Now I know it's not always the easiest to take the high road, but hopefully after I share these 3 reasons why you should always try to take the high road, it'll convince you to do it way more often and also enjoy and love your life so much more because of it. So let's get right to it. Number 1. I like to call it getting points with the universe. So sometimes when you get into a confrontational moment, you might feel like you're losing that immediate battle. For example, someone cuts you off or flicks you off or honks at you when you're driving. You kind of want to react, maybe throw your hands up in the air or kind of chase after them or whatever your form of getting down to their level is to you. Now, when you decide not to do that, it might feel like you're losing that one battle, but here's the thing. You are winning the ultimate game of life. And the reason being is in that moment, you're practicing a lot of amazing traits. For example, practicing patience, using good and productive forms of communication, and also practicing human kindness. Sometimes you just need to give someone else the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're having a bad day or in an emergency. You never ever know. But no matter what the truth in the situation is that you've practiced a bigger person move, and that's always good for you. Number 2, if you're gonna be the bigger person and take the high road, it also means that you are in a better place. Now, that's not to say the other person is less evolved than you are or less capable of taking the high road. It just means in that one moment, you might be in a better place. Think of it this way. Most of the times when people are dealing with severe anxiety or depression, or they've been through a really troublesome childhood and the exact situation that you're in is reflective of something that they've experienced in the past. That just means in this particular moment or situation, you happen to be in a better place to overcome it with honest and good communication. And that should be a really healthy and awesome sign to you that like, hey, you've gone through certain lessons, you can stand your ground and your confidence, your ego isn't gonna get hurt by not taking the more aggressive or low action in the moment. And so it should be a moment of gratitude and recognition of like, hey, I'm in a really good place to be able to take the high road, and I should probably do this more often and practice this technique. Number 3, the more love you give, the more love you get. I often talk about this in my workshops, which is a downward negative spiral and an upward positive spiral. A lot of times these 2 spirals are actually going through the same process. One just continues to prosper and the other continues to go down. And the reason being is because when you're in a negative place, you tend to exude whatever negative self-talk you have within you or difficulties you're feeling within your mind or your personal experience, and you like to project it outwards on other people. Now, in those cases, the more hate you give, the more hate you get. The more pushback you give to someone, the more pushback they might give back to you. So in these cases, if you can be the person in that situation to give love, it just shows that you're more capable of receiving love at the same time. So just remember, if you are feeling a lot of hate and despair and anger in that moment, if you can learn to turn it into love and appreciation and patience and gratitude, then you're going to be on your way for changing your own technique and process so that you can come out being the bigger person. To wrap up the video, I just want to remind you that there is no right or wrong, that everyone is really entitled to their own opinions, and you might want to win a battle or make a point. If you're super passionate about something, of course, go for it. But in some of those petty situations where it doesn't really matter who wins, try to practice taking the high road, so that way you realize that you're earning points with the universe, that you're in a better place, and also that you know the more love you give, the more love you can receive. And so I hope you guys go out there and however your week plays out, take this into account and see if you can practice being the bigger person and taking the high road. It's a wonderful way to practice patience and human kindness and just learning to be that person who sets a good and positive example for others, and it'll return to you tenfold in the most amazing of ways, I promise. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week in our next video. Go get 'em!